All right, the big trade news that hit social media for the Steelers. The was it the night before the legal tampering period, I believe. Um, DK Metcalf is a Steeler, and we will listen to his press conference. I know one part of it, and I believe it's at the beginning where they're talking about him and I forget her name, his fiance, and they had literally gotten engaged like a couple of days before this press conference. So it's kind of like, okay, DK, you're getting traded to Pittsburgh. Here's $150 million. Will you? It was essentially like, I don't think he engaged or proposed just because of that. He was probably planning it for a while. But it's just funny that it fell right in line with him getting traded. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his fiance's name. She was in Fifth Harmony, and I can't remember her name. Anyway, let's listen to DK, and maybe he'll tell us her name.
First, we just want to give a big thank you to the Rooney family, Mr. Omar, and Coach Tomlin for giving me this opportunity just to bring my talents and showcase my skill set to the AFC North.
Questions?
DK, what led to the decision that you wanted to make a change?
I think just me, like I said, man, these guys showing interest. Coach Tomlin, Mr. Omar, and Mr. Rooney all hopped on the phone with me Sunday, and it just felt homey, felt welcoming. That they wanted to bring me to this historic organization, and everything was just snowballed from there, and brought me here in front of you today.
DK, the AFC North is known as a top physical division. How do you feel like you fit into that?
I think my play style just speaks, to all those words that you just said. I'm a physical receiver. Big shout out to my pops, who was an old lineman in this league for a little bit. So he instilled that in me, and I just try to play the game a different way. Just God blessed me with the talents and with this opportunity. So I'm not going to take it for granted.
In terms of your decision to extend your contract as long as you did here, what questions did you ask about the state of the quarterback position, and what were you told that made you feel comfortable in doing that?
Right. Like I said, man, when I hopped on the phone with those three great gentlemen, they made me felt welcome first off, and then secondly, they made me feel like they had the right decision, with who was going to be throwing me the football. And I'm not making a decision in the quarterback room. So I'm just going to try to do the best of my
Apparently
abilities
there's a plan.
to help whoever they have out there throwing the football. So they make the correct
They
decisions.
probably have plan A, plan B,
to bring
plan
the
C, and he's
quarterback
okay
in
with
here.
it
So
all.
I'm just going to roll with that.
When you made the request for a trade, did you hope or have an idea that the Steelers might be interested? And kind of what was your reaction when you found out for the first time that that was an option and was in play?
Yes, man. I felt ecstatic just to hear about the Steelers because I thought back to the meeting me and Coach Tomlin had at the 2019 Combine, and he just always spoke volumes into me and spoke of my play style in college and just being in the league and going up to him before after a game, and he kept that same rapport with me, and it just felt like the right decision for me.
What do you remember about that meeting? Did you think that you were going to end up in Pittsburgh back then?
Everything comes full circle, in this league or, in life. And it just felt right, just hearing his voice again and, just seeing that same excitement from the Combine to 6 years later. He sees the type of player that I am. He's a football guru. He watches film, and, my play style, I think jumps off the tape to him. So, just to be in the same realm or organization to where I felt wanted, was a big plus.
You played with some good receivers, some very good ones. What's the dynamic when you have multiple guys that want the ball, and how do you envision it working out with George Pickens?
Yes, sir. Football is the ultimate team game, first off. So, you shouldn't be on a team if everybody doesn't want the football. I will say that. And just to come into this organization, just to know George from the little conversations that we had in passing, great player. watching him from afar. The receiver coach calls him Freak Show, and I think that's a fitting name for him, with the circus catches that he makes. But I'm just here to, try to instill any wisdom or, any knowledge that he allows me to, and, vice versa. I feel like it's some things that I can learn from him that he does. And like you said, I play with great receivers like Tyler Lockett, Freddie Swain, Josh Gordon was on the team my rookie year. So I've been around some very talented receivers to where, I know how to, take a backseat and learn from, guys like that, and, willing to do the same if the case may be that here.
What kind of conversations have you had with, joining the Steelers about the importance of being a leader for this offense and this team?
I don't think many conversations needed to be had. Like I said, Coach Tomlin watched enough film to where he recognized the player that I am first, and the leadership skills will come, as they need to be. But we're here to win games. We're here to, win as many games as we can. So, that's why I'm here.
Did you try to barter for number 14, and why did you?
No, sir. He's been here. He's made a staple in the number 14. I'm not trying to, take away from, anybody's legacy. Just trying to help build mine.
But what about 4? Is that anything?
Oh, no, sir. It just looked good.
Did you seek any advice from Russ about what it was like here, and what sort of feedback did you get from him about being a Steeler and about his future here?
Well, we haven't talked about his future, number one, but talked to Russ yesterday. Proposed my fiance, and he was the one that connected us. So he was just telling me congratulations, giving us a congratulations on that. But last year, I think like halfway through the season, me and Russ had a conversation about how it was living here, and he just told me that I would love it here, and I'm waiting to find that out.
You proposed yesterday?
Yes, sir. She right there. Hold it, rock up, baby. Yeah.
Where did you propose? Did you propose back in Seattle, here?
No, her and her my family and her family was in Houston. It was my sister's spring break, and just thought about getting the whole family together just for a big kumbaya and, joining our families, with the ring.
They got you good.
Thank you.
Did you know, how far in advance were you planning? Was this like before the trade request and
Oh,
everything?
yes, ma'am. Well, I tried to last year, but she's a singer, and, her work, kind of conflicted with the schedule. So just tried to take an approach to where a schedule couldn't matter. So I started sending her flowers with a story, and then the last letter on the flower was, "Will you marry me?" And she said yes.
Oh.
So DK, how would you describe what this week has been like?
Starting with Sunday, great. Too many more words other than great. It's just a big blessing just to, come to a new home. Not discrediting anything from the Seahawks organization, because they gave me a chance to become who I am in this league, and I just thank them for that. But found a new home here. Found a new fiance, and everything is just falling in line, just the way God planned it for it to be, and I'm just excited to continue to move forward with it.
DK, did you have a chance to watch the Steelers previously? What are your thoughts about how they play, and what have they told you about the style they want to play?
I played against them, so I see the type of style that they play. They're a tough team, tough tackling team, and they're very disciplined from being on the opposite side of them. But just to be in the same locker room as some of those guys, it feels good. But even with the free agency signings that we've had, with Darius Slay, just speaking on one of them, just going against him, the battles that we had, but just to battle with him in practice, Joey Porter, going against him his rookie year. So, Coach Tomlin has brought some great players into this league, has drafted some great players into this league. So, just looking at, add to, this historic organization.
Arthur Smith had A.J. Brown in Tennessee. Can you envision yourself maybe like in A.J.'s role when he was with the Titans?
Yes, sir. I'm my own player, so just looking for my own lane in his offense. He's a great coach, had some great, exceptional players, in Tennessee and last year here. So, just looking to put my own mark on his offense.
You practice how you play, and does that ever get explosive, combative, contentious?
No, sir. You got to learn how to practice against your teammates, man. I try to give my teammates the best look possible. So on Sunday, they're ready, to go against somebody else. So the hard work is already done during practice.
What's the biggest thing you're proud of how you developed as far as a part of your skill set over your career so far?
I just think the way that I play, it just jumps off the tape, and I've just consistently put that on film, year in and year out, and I try not to have a drop off, and I'm not going to have a drop off.
How are you health-wise now, and was the second half of the season struggle coming off the injury physically in that regard?
Yeah, no, sir. I'm not going to step on the field if I don't feel like I can be DK Metcalf. So anytime I step on the field, you're going to get the best product that I feel like I can put on the field. But the second half of the season, I was healthy.
You mentioned the history of this organization. This is one of the biggest player acquisitions in this organization's history, maybe the biggest, and they're trying to take the next step in the AFC. How do you handle those expectations or pressure or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, expectations is unneeded pressure, in my opinion. I'm just going to be myself and just try to be the best person that I can be walking into this building each day and, let the chips fall where they may.
So can you clear up these perceptions that you wanted to play in a warm weather city?
Yeah, man, we never said none of that. Me and my team never said, warm city, a contender, none of that, man. We just took the trade request and moved forward with the teams that really showed interest, and they showed interest from day one. And we just built on the relationship that we had from the first conversation, and here we are.
Now that you're in the fold here, you've signed an extension that ties you to Pittsburgh for quite some time. Do you feel like it's your role, or do you feel like maybe you want to recruit a free agent quarterback, whether that is Russ or Aaron Rodgers, waiting on his decision? But do you have a message to either of those guys?
No, ma'am. I think, like you said, this is a historic organization. They've done the recruiting before I even got here. So, whoever wants to come here and try to win as many games as we can, they can join us. But, if not, good luck on the other side.
You talked about not maybe needing to play for a team that's a contender right now, but when you came into Seattle, there were a lot of guys that had Super Bowl rings. How much is that something that drives you to this day, and you're looking for in this 5 years you're here?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm the ultimate competitor, so that's the ultimate goal whenever anybody starts a season. So that goal is not going to change just because I'm in a different uniform. I'm still going to be trying to be the best version of myself, trying to push my teammates, push myself each day to try to get another Lombardi Trophy here with Coach Tomlin.
Just to clarify, did you say you talked to George Pickens since the deal, or you just talked to him?
No, sir. We just had conversations in passing.
Gotcha,
Anyone else? Can you just clarify again how Russ came up as was a part of this yesterday with the whole proposal thing?
Yes, sir. So back in 2020, Russ connected me and my now fiance Normani, and him and his wife Sierra connected us. She was talking to her, and Russ was talking to me, and we hit it off from day one, and here we are.
All right. Thank you, DK.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dude, come on.
Oh. All right, so Normani is her name. That is very cool that Russ and Sierra set them up. It's neat when you, there's, probably more instances than not of you set two people up and the relationship doesn't work out. But, you get the few occasions where it's true love and people get engaged, get married, and you're like, we did that. We helped two people have a lifetime of happiness, which is cool. So with that said, to actually talk about the football side of it. So it's cool to hear him talk about some things, and he is going to take 4, if anyone wasn't aware. But it's like, practice is for practice. Practice is not for fighting. He's trying to help his teammate get to the best of their ability for Sunday. He's trying to get to the best of his ability for Sunday. And it's cool that he sees that, he knows that, and I'm trying to think, sorry. Because I'm just going through everything DK said. I'm like, what can I pick out and what can I find from it? If he can take George under his wing a little bit and see and show him this is how you do it, that'd be great. And like he said from his conversation with the Steelers, Omar Khan, Mike Tomlin, Art Rooney, there is a plan, whatever that is. Now, was plan A Justin? Okay, now he's with the Jets. All right, plan B, Aaron. Plan C, Russ. Like, if that's plan A, plan B, plan C, in that order, that's not bad. It's not great, it's not bad. Plan D, I don't know if you need a plan D. I really don't know. But we'll see what happens on that front. And yeah, I mean, now DK, it's important to ask about his opinion on quarterback. He's a receiver. Kenneth Gainwell, it's important to ask. He's a running back. He'll get the handoff. He'll catch the ball. But to ask Darius Slay, Malik Harrison, and Brandon Eccles about the quarterback situation, I feel like, hey, they play defense. Why are you asking about that? Like DK, yes, that matters. But it's good to hear from him that the Steelers have a plan instead of some guy who doesn't know what he's talking about on social media. There's no plan. There's never a plan. And everything's terrible and awful. And, like, I've seen some people or, like, heard about them saying, what's the point? They're just going to go 9-8 again. And I think everyone's kind of... They're a little numb to some things where... We've had 17 games for 3 years. The Steelers in that time went 9-8, 10-7, 10-7. They literally only went 9-8 once, but people are talking about it like they've done it 100 times. What they're referring to is going 8-8, going 9-7, maybe 10-6. But then, yes, not being able to do much in the playoffs. So, but to say, oh, they're just going to go 9-8 again, like they have the past 5, 6, 7 years. Like, no. They literally did it one time. So some people do need to calm down a little bit. Whether you're too high, too low, calm down. Okay? Just calm down. Like, you obviously have a plan. You have backup plans. You probably have a backup to your backup plan. Okay? That's how this shit works. Just because it's not the plan you like doesn't mean they don't have a plan. So, I'm excited for DK. Like most fans probably are. I'm going to be excited to see how some things go as far as how the scheme is run. How are we going to do this? Are we doing this? Are him and George both just going to run deep routes? Like, is one going to stay a little more shallow than the other? Are they going to share playing time? I hope not. You really should use DK and George on the field at the same time. So, we don't know everything that's going to happen until the season starts. And when that happens, we'll have some answers. Because you can't trust the preseason. You really can't. Preseason, you're playing vanilla defenses. It's very misleading as far as what's being shown, because you don't want to give anything away, especially if you're playing a team you have to play later that season. And who knows, it's year 2 under Arthur Smith's system. Some guys will be more comfortable with the system, because it's not Madden where you just pick a random play and all your players right then and there, even the guy you picked up off the auction block 5 minutes ago, yep, he knows all the plays. Like, that's not realistic. Guys need time to learn the playbook. So we'll see what happens as far as everything. But that was DK Metcalf's press conference. If you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and turn notifications on, because I'm going to keep uploading Steelers stuff as it happens. In fact, there was even a notification while I was listening to DK. They took a player out to dinner. So I might make a video on that. I might wait a little bit, see if there's any other guys that they take out to dinner, or if there have been guys and just I haven't seen it yet, and maybe I'll make a video. Hey, these 5 guys have been out to dinner with the Steelers. Amazingly enough, they weren't at 5 guys. But you know what I'm saying? It's if it's just the one, I might hold off. But someone had dinner with the Steelers. And if you want to know who that is, you're going to have to be subscribed and have notifications on, so then you can see the video when it comes out. Okay? I know I'm holding that over your head. I'm giving you a cliffhanger, and I do apologize for that. But I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.